Welcome, horror fans, and thank you for downloading The Horror Show. Sit back while your hosts Sean and Joe take you back in time to review your favorite and not-so-favorite horror movies from yesteryear. With their own twisted comedic view, your host will remind you why you loved or hated those classic horror movies and other horror-related events. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to The Horror Show.
Hello everybody and welcome to The Horror Show, the show that dissects, mutilates, dismembers, and butchers all of your favorite and not so favorite horror movies, other horror related events. I'm Sean.
I'm Joe.
Joe is dead. Joe's dead. Whew. We got a great one for you today. We had a pair of episodes that we recorded tonight that are something else. Tonight, we are doing a Tales from the Crypt episode. I pulled this specifically because John Kassir, voice of the Crypt Keeper, said this was his second favorite episode of all time.
Oh, it's his second favorite?
Yes.
I thought you said it was his favorite.
No, it's basically his favorite because his first favorite was the one episode he got to act in. And that's why he said it was his favorite, was because he got to be an actor in it. And that was his only reason for saying it was his favorite.
Gotcha.
Everything else was because of the stories and stuff.
And he's going to be at
Scaricon, September 11th through 13th. Please stop by and see us. We'll be talking to the people there. And
I would love to meet a listener in real life.
Me too. As official Fangoria podcasters too at that point.
Fuck yeah. Awesome.
I guess we are now, but we'll be like legit official.
Right.
I hate saying legit. Why did I just do that? On an audio podcast. Ugh. So yeah, we'll be at Scaricon. It'll be great. Come see us. Yeah, it would be awesome to meet a real fan in person. Yeah. That's like not my wife. Oh, you do such a great job. I'm like, oh, did you listen? Oh, no. Oh, have you ever listened? No. Oh, okay, good. God, that's where we stand. This episode is called Lower Berth, Season 2, Episode 14. It aired July 3rd, 1990, meaning we were 5.
Yeah, 25 years ago. That's
crazy. Oh my God, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Pretty good quality for a 25-year-old flick.
Sure. Episode.
TV
show.
HBO had them good cameras, boy.
I wish I own, I think, up to season 5 on DVD of Tales from the Crypt, but I wish HBO had them on HBO Go.
Well, so who owns them? Because HBO, I think, only ran maybe the first season, and then did it go to Fox? Because Fox owned them.
Right, but I thought HBO had a couple seasons.
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Should have done our research.
Yeah, I don't know if I care enough. This episode, though, written by Fred Decker,
who directed The Monster Squad.
Yes.
Night of the Creeps.
Yes.
RoboCop 3.
Yes. And he wrote House.
Yep.
And he wrote Night of the Creeps also. Actually, he wrote all those.
Oh, he did. He wrote Monster Squad too?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. And this is his 4th of 5 episodes that he'll end up writing on Tales from the Crypt. So
nice.
Got one more left in the tank, old Fred Decker. What a guy, man. And this episode is kind of not really in his wheelhouse, but when you think about it, it kind of is. It had the biggest budget of any Tales from the Crypt episode.
Really? I did not.
They
know
said
that.
it cost a fortune to make all of these insane carnival sets and all the extras.
That's
and
what
stuff.
cost them the most.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, when you really, I never thought about it, but people were like, "Oh yeah, this is like one of the biggest casts of Tales from the Crypt episode," and
Really?
I'm assuming including extras and stuff.
Okay.
But like, yeah, like think about go back and look at Tales from the Crypt. I think they were a shoestring budget. The casts were always like 4 or 5 people. There were never extras. It was always sets. So it was like, there was never really.
Right. I mean, that's true. That if you go on IMDb and look at episodes,
It's like
only
4 or 5
people.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy to think about that.
And in case you were wondering, it ran on HBO for 7 seasons.
All of them? And then what happened? Fox bought them?
I guess so.
That is so weird. Like, I feel like that should be on HBO Go.
It should be.
That's
what
weird.
I'm saying.
This is also directed by Kevin Yeager. Know who he is?
I do not.
Wait.
Nah.
He designed Chucky from Child's Play.
Really?
He is a makeup artist. That's where most of his work is.
He directed a Hellraiser movie.
He did.
Well, I don't know why I know that.
That is terrifying that you know that because it's Hellraiser Bloodlines. And he used the what do they call that? Like not the pen name, the
Alan Smithy.
Yeah, he used Alan
that's
Smithy.
Right. I don't know why I know that.
But he used that name, the Alan Smithy. I don't know what do they call that when you use like the.
Isn't that when directors like don't want their name?
Oh yeah. But there's like a word for that pseudonym. Yeah. He used the pseudonym Alan Smithy, which is like you make the movie and then you're like, I fucked up. Yeah. I fucked up. I don't want my name on that. Yeah.
So wait, he designed Chucky?
He designed Chucky. He also did the makeup for Rumpelstiltskin, my favorite.
Yeah.
Freddy's Nightmares, the show, which we need to like dive into that.
Hey, my buddy Mike has them all.
Does he?
Yeah.
We might have to. Mike, if you're listening, please bring those to us for a little while. Friday the 13th, the final chapter he was in. So that means him and Savini did it together, which is pretty dope.
That is cool.
He did Elm Street 2. He did Face Off, Mission Impossible 2, and the epitome of a makeup designer. He did Master of Disguise, starring Dana Carvey.
Oh God, so much disguise.
You want to talk about needing a lot of special effects there. And yes, as you said, he did Hellraiser Bloodline. I can't believe you knew that off the top of your head. That honestly pisses me off. Pisses me off so bad. That's so ridiculous. So yeah, we got Louis Arquette, father of David.
Is he?
Yeah.
I like how you just said David. There's so many Arquettes.
Patricia, Rosanna, so many of them. Henry Morton.
See, I saw his name and I was going to look up. Is he the father?
He's the dad.
But again, I didn't care enough.
Yeah. We got Henry Morton from Carrie. He's playing the owner of the Freaks. And Mark Ralston from Aliens.
Who's in Aliens.
He's Lethal Weapon 2.
Private, yeah.
Yeah, gambler. Tales from the Crypt is so good. Well, all right. Yeah, before we... Tales from the Crypt, the beginning, is like one of the best beginnings ever.
I mean, I'm sure there's a supercut out there of every Crypt Keeper
intro. Fuck, there should be. I watched a 2-hour and 45-minute supercut of Omar from The Wire. So if they don't have a supercut of... Dude, it was every Omar scene ever.
Wow. You watched the entire thing?
2 hours and 40... No.
Uh-oh.
No, I couldn't actually watch the whole thing. Why?
That's like playing that game where you drive a bus for 24 hours. Have you ever heard of that game?
No.
I forget what it's called, but you literally just drive a bus. You don't do anything.
But yeah, that's yeah. But what a great intro to the. I love this show.
So if you're unfamiliar, it starts before the actual episode. It's just the Crypt Keeper. I mean, we talked about this in the first episode we ever did, but the Crypt Keeper kind of introduces you to what the episode is going to be about, but he just cracks jokes the entire time. Everything's a pun. Everything's a corny pun, but it's so funny.
So bad and so good. But even just the beginning with all the music and that Tales from the Crypt music is
phenomenal.
So
Danny Elfman did that.
Yeah, it's so good. That intro is just fantastic, and We should have probably done a Tales from the Crypt podcast. Although after watching this episode, I'm kind of like, oh, I do remember some bust episodes. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
this episode was good, but it just
I don't know if I call it a bust, but
it wasn't a bust.
It wouldn't be in my upper echelon of.
And this is listed on like everyone's like as a top one, and I just didn't understand. Yeah,
but I will say it at the end. I know why it is because it's an origin story.
But you know what?
I'm not saying it should be. I'm just saying.
So guys, this is basically the reason this is so big, which I did not even know this existed. Huge spoiler. This is the origin story of the Crypt Keeper, which is crazy.
Huge spoiler.
But what's weird about that is I in my head I was like, okay, I remember Tales from the Crypt got huge. It was like kids in school talked about it. No one actually watched it. They just knew who the Crypt Keeper was. And if they did watch it, they just watched the Crypt Keeper part and turned it off after that, which is whatever.
Well, also the Crypt Keeper hosted like Halloween specials and shit too.
Yeah. So I was the Crypt Keeper for 2 years in a row.
That's awesome.
So stupid. I don't know why my parents let me do that.
Dude, please find a picture of it and have John Kassir sign it.
I should. I bet my parents could find it. It was just a big stupid rubber mask. It was awful. I don't think kids would be allowed to wear that in school now. I forgot what I was saying though.
You're saying that everyone knew who the Crypt Keeper was.
So like I'm thinking that this is at the height, even though it's only season 2. I was like, well, maybe this is at the height of the show. Maybe they blew up after that season 1, because I imagine the origin story would be almost kind of corny, but in a good way, like Monster Squad corny.
Right.
So I was like kind of excited. Like I was like, oh yeah, this will be funny. Like baby Crypt Keeper running around. And it was not that. It was actually kind of depressing in a weird way.
It should have been like the baby from Dead Alive.
Or the baby from like Dinosaurs.
Yeah, because that's basically what he is.
Yeah, he's just a little asshole making puns and bad jokes. And like hurting people.
Yeah.
Like that's what I was fully expecting, and I was fully prepared for. And I was like, this is going to be so bad.
So funny.
It's going to be so bad. It's good. Like that's what I was imagining. And it was not that at all. It was the complete opposite.
No, it was actually kind of sad.
It was, yeah. Yeah, it was really sad, actually. It was very strange. So let's just kick this off. We ruined everything about the episode, so you really don't have to listen at this point. Just skip to the the Crypt Keeper's big pun that I caught was, you could call it Tales from the Crib.
Tales from the Crib, yep.
I mean, he's the one that spoils it.
It starts off with him. Yeah, that's true. Well, there's also a baby doll that he's about to smash in the face with a hammer.
With a hammer. It's so weird. So weird. We have a cat in the room.
Yeah,
by the way.
if you hear some noise, I said this on the other episode, so you might hear this twice, but my fiance is normally here, and she's helping out her family. And usually she takes the cat into the bedroom.
Oh my God.
And it's climbing up my drapes and just falling from like the ceiling and jumping all around. So
this is crazy.
You may hear a little background noise.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Deal with it. It's not September yet, so we don't have to impress Fangoria. We don't have to do shit until September 1st. All right. That's rude. So we got this old-timey fair.
Feely's Fantastic Fairway of Freaks.
Oddities in Freak Tent. Man or monster, human or horror.
I don't know what it is. I always feel, I guess, sad when I see like freak shows.
100%.
Like I didn't like American Horror Story freak show. Like I feel bad that these people are being exploited.
When I was a kid, and I mean, I guess I'm still pretty interested in the true story of these freak shows. The horrifying,
like
sad,
Todd Browning's freaks,
depressing story. Yeah. They're awful. It's awful.
Well, I went to school. I got my master's in special ed, and the first course that I took, we learned about how ships. You know the term "ship of fools."
Yeah,
they used to go from like port to port and just take like mentally handicapped people and people with deformities and just put them on the ship, and it was called the Ship of Fools, and just like go place to place, and that was like their attraction. So it's a really like depressing history.
It's awful. Yeah, it's really crazy, and it is awful. But like the history of it really interests me. I think it's interesting. I think it's deranged. I think it's completely fucked up. But It's just interesting to me.
Sure.
However, I hate it when it is in entertainment because it's not entertaining.
Sure.
It's not entertaining, especially when there's abuse involved, which there is.
There's a lot. And
always. And especially in this.
I've cried at like 3 movies in my adult life. And one of them was The Elephant Man when he's he's crying because the girl talked to him and nobody's ever talked to him. So I hate when like people are dealt a bad hand and like, I just feel shitty for him.
I cried watching The Hunchback of Notre Dame, the silent one, because I was like, this fucking poor guy. They treat him like shit. I was super little, and
I was like 25.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I'd cry it now, but I'm a little bit more hardened and a bigger asshole. But when I was a kid, I'm watching them like just beat the shit out of this like dude that's just handicapped, just wants to ring bells and meet a girl,
Dude
and
loves bells.
They fucking hate him.
Yeah. I'm the same way. I always feel bad. So like this episode has a freak who is, he's abused.
Yeah. And it's sad.
Can we talk about how this freak show in this episode has a fat woman as a freak? And I always get a kick out of that because I know that was an attraction, but now you can like just go to fucking Walmart. Like, who's going to pay money for that? Even in 1990, who would pay money for that?
It's crazy, but in a way, it still kind of happens. Like, go to TLC and odds are they're playing My 600-Pound Life.
That's true. Dude, TLC is like a freak show.
Oh my God, it is.
Just reaping money off other people's
yeah, you think
misfortune.
In like 50 years, they'll be like, fucking asshole TLC exploiting hoarders and fucking
they are.
midgets and fat people at the claim that they're educating people to their lives, but in reality, it's
just making money off their
yeah.
Wow.
Guys, this is the podcast you go to for some in-depth thoughts and analysis. We're really bringing it.
Yeah,
we're really. Fuck you, NPR. You'll never beat our fact checking. You'll never beat our research team. We didn't even know what station this aired on
or for how long.
Oh my God, who owns it? We barely watched it. So anyway, we haven't started the episode yet. So we're at the freak show.
Yeah,
he's listing off some of his freaks, but the major attraction is Enoch, the two-faced man.
Yeah.
And we see Enoch, and this is some pretty wild makeup.
He looks like Cher's son from Mask.
Yeah, he does.
Just 2 of them.
What's his name?
Put together.
Rocky? Is that kid's name? Or is that a different one I'm thinking of with a guy with a weird face? But anyway.
My knowledge of Mask is
this cat is
pretty limited.
Me. Okay. So yeah, pretty crazy makeup. And we see the handler. What's his name? Mr. Sickles?
Yeah.
He owns all the freaks, and we have him talking to the owner of the carnival, or whatever you want to call it. There's way too many people in positions of authority here. Like, you think the guy running the freak show would just own the freaks, but there's like a freak.
Yeah, the guy owns the show, and there's a guy that owns Enoch.
Yeah, so weird. And he's trying to basically leverage for more money, saying that they're going to be out of there. And we find out that he's calling bullshit because Enoch is dying.
Yes.
Because that just,
Yeah.
And by the way, we should mention, we also got to watch Enoch get the shit beat out of him at the beginning because he got out of his crate.
Right.
And his handler just beats the shit out of him.
He's living like he's basically.
He's living in a cage.
Yeah, he's living in a cage.
And he beats the shit out of him for getting out of his cage. And
yep.
We find out he's dying.
And they don't care that he's dying. They care that they're going to lose their star attraction when he's dead.
And is that this guy doesn't have any more leverage. This is
right.
his problem. So they split up, and then you hear Enoch getting the shit beat out of him again, and they're just screaming, "You've been a very naughty boy!" Just beating the shit out of him.
Yeah, he's a total asshole.
That is so brutal, so unenjoyable. And by the way, maybe this is why Enoch is dying
because they're beating the shit out of him.
Maybe we take it easy and just not whip the shit out of him, and maybe he'll live a little longer.
Maybe let him out of the cage once in a while.
Yeah, it's probably not great for the health. Probably not great for your health. So Mr. Sickles goes back to his room. It's such a stupid name. Mr. Sickles goes back to his room, And
Bigglesworth.
there's some little weirdo sitting there, Dr. Zachary Kling.
Yeah.
He tells Sickles that he is his salvation. He is an acquisition that should interest him and pique his interest. What's that? What is that?
It's a motherfucking mummy that he won in a poker game. I'm playing poker with the wrong people.
I know.
Like, they just take my money. I want a fucking mummy.
I want a mummy too. What do you call the casket that a thing's in?
A sarcophagus? Yeah.
Okay, that's what I had written, but I didn't know if I completely fabricated that or not. Yeah, so this dude wins a sarcophagus.
Yes.
In a poker game. Fucking insane. Although it turns out it's not true. But they open it up and they reveal Myrna, the female mummy, who is looking pretty great for a mummy.
Isn't her name really Marana? But Kling just calls her Myrna?
Oh, is that what it is?
He's a fucking idiot.
I don't know. That actually pisses me off. And they basically strike a deal.
And the story of Myrna is she rejected the pharaoh of Egypt.
Yep.
I'm about to sneeze. And she was buried alive.
Yeah, she was buried alive, and she's got some jewels on her that's looking pretty ominous. But they make a deal. Kling's going to get a portion of the money.
40%
of the sales that they make for the new star attraction, Myrna. And this is basically their attempt to fill in the gaps.
Yeah, once Enoch's
donezo. And Enoch basically, they bring this mummy in. They're showing it off day in and day out.
And they're doing well. It's bringing in business.
Every day, little Enoch watches this mummy, and we're getting the idea that Enoch is falling in love with this mummy.
Yeah.
Weirdest thing ever.
Yeah. Especially because she's not moving.
Yeah, she's dead.
Yeah.
She is dead. I have a question, but I think I'll save it for a little later. So basically, yeah, he's falling in love with this corpse. A little girl shows up, and she basically opens up the curtains for Enoch so Enoch can look at the mummy.
Yep.
And she gives him this baby doll.
Yeah, because the mother is so horrified that she's near the Enoch.
The freak, yeah.
So she calls him away. She gives him the little toy. The Mr. Sickles comes back and notices he starts yelling at Enoch, of course,
for nothing.
Yeah, but notices a newspaper that's lining the cage. I assume that's what he goes to the bathroom on,
or he just loves a newspaper.
Just fucking loves newspapers.
Newspapers.
But in that newspaper, Mr. Sickle notices that Myrna was not won in a poker game; she was stolen.
Yeah, priceless Egyptian mummy stolen. Not good. Not good. He confronts Kling and finds out that he'd stolen it off a boat in New Orleans. Mm-hmm. How the hell do you steal a fucking sarcophagus?
It's impressive.
Off a boat.
It's impressive.
Just dump it in the water. But he tells him the mummy's cursed, and if you take off those jewels, you're not going to be able to procreate. Something's going to happen to your nuts. You don't really know what, though. You're just not going to be able to have them somehow. And basically, the drunk...
Yeah, if you remove her family jewels, you lose your family.
Whoever takes the family jewels loses theirs.
That's like written by like a 6-year-old. I love it.
That was written by the Crypt keeper. Fucking John Cassier. Doctor's warning Sickle, don't remove the jewels, you stupid asshole. And somehow Sickles turns around and stabs him with a pair of the biggest shears of all time.
It's totally by accident, but I don't understand how it's by accident.
It's impossible.
He's not trying to kill him.
It's like the size of like big giant ribbon cutting scissors.
Yeah.
Like those are so huge.
You open up like a new city.
And you're supposed to believe he turned around and accidentally caught him right in the guts.
Yeah, but it goes in so far too.
So far.
Like, if you turn around, it may like scratch him. I'll be like, yo, what the fuck? But he's just like pushing it in, falling forward. It's like a slapstick routine.
Yeah. Sickles ends up going back to Enoch and starts threatening him with the shears, saying, you left your cage again. But he's got his shears, so he's being pretty threatening. Sickles drops the shears, goes over to his girl, the mummy, starts trying to take off the jewels.
Yeah.
He does. and he gets the shears to the nuts. Enoch has grabbed the shears and chopped off this man's dick. This is the second episode we are recording tonight where somebody loses their genitals.
Yeah.
Where a man loses their genitals. And I did not realize that until just now. No wonder we're so depressed.
I say this all the time. I like this is another example of something I like way more now that I'm talking about it.
Yeah. It's a lot funnier when you when you're rehashing it, but when you're watching it, you're just like, I guess. Yeah. Sheer to the nuts. What a shame. Basically, the freak show starts and Enoch's nowhere to be seen and the mummy is gone. All that's left is the dead freak handler in the sarcophagus.
Yes. Which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool ending. But it's not the end.
No, it's not.
1 year later, we come back. The freak show is still a great business, I guess. And these police come and they start talking to Mr. Feely, who runs the freak show. The cops come in and they say, they found something that they really need to show him. They found this cave and there's something that only he can really see. They go down, it's a smelly old cave. And in the corner, they see Enoch and the mummy laying together.
Yep.
Which is weird because they made no real sign that the mummy was like reanimated or anything.
It's an inanimate object.
Did Enoch just take it and die with it? This is so depressing. Wait a minute. This is so fucking weird. Anyway, this is all sad. But the camera moves and then we see a baby.
Yes. And who is the baby?
It is the Crypt Keeper. With a lot more hair. Same creepy eyes. It was very creepy.
Yes.
He's like half corpse, half... It's very odd. It's not like you're like, oh, cute Crypt Keeper. That's why they should have made him like dinosaur. Baby dinosaur. Because then at least you could laugh about it. This was like, that is terrible. Yeah,
poor little Crypt Keeper. And then cuts him, he's crying.
Wait, but before we get to that, let's just talk about how depressing that is. Like... Or what are the logistics? So there's no sign that mummy's reanimated.
No.
There's never a sign like, oh, it left its crate. They keep finding the mummy in Enoch's cage.
Yeah, it's just there.
It's definitely dead. How did the mummy give birth to the Crypt Keeper?
Sean, you were thinking way too much into this.
Oh boy.
Why would it be a Crypt Keeper? What is a Crypt Keeper?
A Crypt Keeper is... I don't know. Half mute, whatever.
Half Enoch, half mummy.
Yeah, and we see the Crypt Keeper, and he's crying. And he makes a couple jokes, but then he starts crying again.
Yeah, I know. You feel so bad for him.
Like, it was not funny. The end was not funny. And he says, sorry, kiddies, but this story makes me go to pieces.
It reminds me of like when Beetlejuice cries on the Howard Stern show.
Yeah, like it's, you want to laugh.
Yeah,
but
I don't want to see you cry. I want you to crack jokes and be ridiculous.
And he like cracks 2 jokes and then just starts crying again. But the only cool part was the Crypt Keeper still has his baby doll.
Yeah. Nope. Which was trying to smash in the face with a hammer in the beginning.
Right. That part makes no sense. But well, I guess the whole thing doesn't make sense. So here's the question. Did you like this?
I did like it. I liked it. It's not one of my favorite tales from the Crypts. I mean, it's cool that they had an origin story for the Crypt Keeper. I'm not sure that's how I wanted Crypt Keeper's origins to be.
No. Again, I think baby dinosaur is the way to go on that. I feel like the Tales from the Crypt franchise, I remember so fondly. And I think there was a lot of duds. 7 seasons. And I remember I watched some that I was like, as a kid, I either loved them and I was like, oh yeah, this is amazing. I got to watch this show.
Yeah.
Then I'd watch another one. I'd be like, this show fucking sucks. This is the most boring thing I've ever watched. I mean, I don't know if we'll record this episode. Maybe we will. But we also both watched an episode called Yellow.
Yeah.
And that was the weirdest, most boring, most not Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that one either.
It was not even close to like Tales from the Crypt, though. Like, it just didn't have that feeling.
Right.
Very strange. Very strange. But overall, I mean, this episode wasn't bad, but there's just shows you that there's these They're not all gems on Tales from the Crypt. Anyone you see posting on social media that's like, Tales from the Crypt is the best. They're kind of right, but they're kind of wrong too. Like, I would never say that. I don't think about
this
Tales
episode.
From the Crypt.
I was surprised. This episode only had a 6.6 out of 10 on IMDb,
I
which is a
know.
little low for a Tales from the Crypt score.
It's did you look up Yellow?
I did
I
not.
just
do it right
yawned.
now.
What an asshole.
Boring you, Sean?
Did you look up Yellow? Now I'm gonna edit that in. No, I'm not, because now it's just funny that I just said it twice.
No, I did not look up yellow. Did you know that Enoch's only? Did you know pick up what words? The only words you can hear him say were
No.
It was naughty boy, which I thought was awesome because that's what the guy fucking says to him all the time.
God, that is so depressing.
Yeah, because he can't talk. That's all he knows.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That is awful. That's like that Bill Cosby bit. Or are we not supposed to make Bill Cosby jokes anymore?
Why are we not allowed to make Bill Cosby
Because he's
jokes?
a rapist.
So then we should be able to.
No, he used to have this bit where he was like the little boy that thought his name was God damn it and Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah.
That's a great bit. I love that.
Yellow has an 8.4 out of 10.
Yeah, people, you need to stop being so artsy and shit. That is not a good thing. Like, Yellow was not great.
Yeah.
Do you
It was
agree?
It's not an 8.2 great.
No.
Yawning again, huh?
Yeah, 8.2 means people voted 10 on that.
Right. A lot of people.
All right, that's the end of the episode. Actually, before we go, we had a fan send in a late submission to their top 10 list. So
Do you want me to do our new segment?
Yeah, we'll do that before we
Perfect.
end. But we had Bill B. Mets fan on Twitter. I think that's his Twitter handle. I hope that's not his name.
Bill.
I imagine
His last name is B. Mets fan.
B. Mets fan. Oh, he's at Sports Metal Geek. At Sports Metal Geek. He sent us his list of top 10 essentials. Number 1, Halloween.
Okay.
Number 2, The Conjuring.
Nice.
Number 3, The Exorcist.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, this one's interesting, The Strangers. Do you like The Strangers?
I do. I like it a lot, actually. I would
Scares
put
the shit out of me.
I'm telling everyone this is a movie. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's spelled ILS, and it also goes by the name of They. And it's pretty similar to The Strangers. It's foreign, and that movie is just nonstop. Like, my heart is pounding. It's like the same thing. So
Yeah.
I'd put that one a little bit higher, but I'm okay with The Strangers.
Ugh. Is it in a house?
Yeah, man.
I don't like that.
It's fucking intense.
I don't
You're
like that.
"Shit."
That stuff's just too much. The Strangers is one that I had to watch in the daylight.
I saw that one when it came out in theaters, and like it was.
And I don't think now that I own my own house that I can watch it. I don't like it. I'm in a quiet neighborhood. It's too weird.
The thing is, like, if somebody knocks on your door in a mask and it's not Halloween, you give them one chance, and then they come back again and ask for the same person. You don't just let that go. You either punch them or you call 911.
Yeah, you'd probably punch him, right?
Yeah, you just fucking grab them.
Probably kill him.
What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, cut the shit. I don't have time for this.
Yeah, I don't have time. I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah.
He
off my
has
lawn.
The Omen original.
I like The Omen. I think I like it less than a lot of people do.
You know, The Omen though,
That's
I
a
like
good-
it. I like it less than a lot of people do also, but it is a classic that I always forget. And I wonder if I should probably rewatch that being older now. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
I
it
watched
has
that when I
a
was
great
young.
beheading scene. And the suicide scene with the babysitter. Those are
Oh
great
my
scenes.
God. Yeah, maybe I should revisit that. American Werewolf.
Perfect.
Yep. Night of the Living Dead.
Yep.
Evil Dead.
Yep.
He's with you. Texas Chainsaw Massacre
Mhm.
and Child's Play. It's a good list.
It's a solid list.
I like it.
Yeah.
He also has some honorable mentions. Elm Street, Nightmare on Elm Street, Funny Games, Fright Night, and a rare TV horror, Bad Ronald.
No. Yes, that's awesome.
Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
I don't think I know what that is. It sounds really familiar.
Dude, we need to do Bad Ronald.
Really?
Yes. Well, you're probably thinking of that band. Remember the band Bad Ronald?
Oh my God.
They had that one song. What was that song that they had?
Yes. Yes. Why? Oh my God. Why do I know that?
We're going, We're gonna spark the trees, tap the
Dude,
kegs.
that is what I'm thinking of. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hang on, everyone.
I want to listen to that song right now.
Oh, really? I don't care if it gets sued.
But this isn't it.
This is it.
Oh, you playing the music video? Yeah.
Wait.
Here it is. Here it is.
This is so 90 or like 2000.
Yeah, it was like 2000, early 2000.
Oh my god.
Shoot the shit down. Let's begin.
Oh my god.
Hey, Sean, I have a trivia question for you.
What?
What is a really good way to lose a lot of listeners?
Blast Bad Ronald into the thing. Dude, this music video is insane.
Oh,
Also,
I remember it quite well.
what a nightmare it must have been to be in college when this was out. Could you imagine? People were like probably jamming to this so hard and going nuts.
Dude, I worked at that ice cream place in Cheshire when that song was out, and there's a kid that I worked with who played that like on repeat all
Is
night
his
long.
first name begin with an R?
No, it's not my cousin.
Oh,
His name begins with a J.
okay. God, you listen to it on repeat. Oh god, just looking at these guys gives me the douche chills so bad. This is awful. This is awful. So guys, Bad Ronald is a good movie, I guess, but Bad Ronald the band, not good. Not good. We'll probably edit that out.
I saw them at Radio 104 Fest.
Oh my god, so did I. Fuck, it's awful. Awful. Guys, we have a new segment though.
Yeah.
If we haven't lost all of you,
There's no one is still listening after Bad Ronald's playing.
I might edit it out.
Please don't.
I might, but I might just put the song in unedited, and not just from my microphone. We have a new segment that we came up with. Joe is a wordsmith, if you will, and so I'm giving him the opportunity to give us a quick synopsis of whatever we're reviewing in 21 words or less.
And we love movies and we like going on review sites, but sometimes reading like 5 paragraphs
no thank you
of a movie, like I just want like cut the bullshit.
I don't need your
And just
analysis on every scene.
Sell me in a couple words and I'll know if I want to see it or not.
So Joe has 21 words to sell you or dissuade you from these movies. We call it 21 and over because he's got 21 words and then the show's over.
Let's see if I can do this in less than 21 words.
Okay.
All right. A two-faced freak fucks a mummy and a crypt keeper is born. I mean, would that not sell you? I would see it.
I'm buying it. I'm not even renting it. I'm buying it. That was amazing.
So stupid.
So accurate. Oh my god.
I may be biased because I'm the one who made that review, but if I was a kid and I was like, I wonder what this episode's about, and that's what I read, I'd be like, holy shit, I need to watch this.
I'm in. I actually might make that the description of just this episode so more people aren't turned away by it. Because otherwise it'll say like Sean and Joe talk about nothing. Sean and Joe play Bad Ronald for 30 seconds into the microphone from laptop speakers. All right, guys.
Can you make that song like fade out our episode like after we say goodbye?
Yeah. But we'll probably
we'll get sued by Bad Ronald.
Bad Ronald was probably on a major record label because that's the luck of this world. I remember, this is off topic, but I saw a band Murder by Death live, and during their intermission, they were just fucking around and they started playing an ICP song, like one of those ones where they just say like fuck everybody, like fuck the world, fuck NASA, and fuck one of those songs. They had another more recent one, I forget what it is, but oh yeah, suck my dick. That one where they tell everyone to suck my dick. They're like, cats, suck my dick.
Yeah.
Politicians, suck my dick. And they're singing it, and they're like, and Murder by Death just go, and those guys are millionaires, and we are making real music and broke, playing for you at a bar. And they're like, and those guys are millionaires. We did something wrong. Like, we did something so wrong.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Bad Ronald was on Warner Brothers Records.
There you go. So. And I don't want a lawsuit. So Fangoria drops us because of Bad Ronald.
And Bad Ronald's album was, I'm not accusing them of anything, but I'm going to heavily hint at this. It was released September 11th, 2001.
No way.
So,
no way.
I think we know who's responsible.
How did anyone get behind that song on that day?
Sean, I don't think it's sold well.
All right, guys. Thank you all so much for downloading. We appreciate all of you for downloading. Got to thank Harley Poe for letting us use the song Gorehound off this album Pagan Holiday. You can find them at harleypoe.com or facebook.com/harleypoe. The cat just almost as if to antagonize me. But really, guys, thank you all so much. We appreciate the downloads. Let your friends know about us. And if you really want to go the extra mile, rate, review, and subscribe to us on iTunes. If you do that, send us your email. Send me an email, Sean@IHateHorror.com. Let me know your name that you used to write the review on iTunes, and we'll send you a sticker for free. Who doesn't like free stickers?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, I will, not to sound like a jerk, but come on. Free stickers. All right, guys. Thank you all so much. We appreciate everything. Stay weird.
Thank you.
Adios.